and they really weren't that happy when they found out that like we had double crossed them.
Moving on from Luton.
Yeah.
To you being followed.
Oh, yeah.
Favourite of ours. You paid a private investigator
Yeah.
to follow you for a month.
I love that video.
Yeah. It was genuinely, that was just a video I was curious about. I wanted to know if, even when I knew somebody was following me, whether I would notice. I didn't notice.
Oh, you didn't notice once?
Never.
When I see you upload a video now and I see the title, I instantly just go, why? Like, I can't.
That's
I know, it's always just like.
But also, it's good because like YouTube is so full of clickbait now. When you see a Max Fosh video,
You know
you're
he's
like,
actually done it.
He's
Yeah.
actually done this.
Yeah, we kind of thought, okay, we looked into what like private investigators actually do, and a lot of it is they will just find out where you are, like physically.
Yeah.
It's like where you physically go to, and they are really expensive. They're like £400-500 a day.
How do you find them?
We found I'm not really sure how much I can say about this, but we found ours through an agency. Let's just say that.
Right.
And they were like super adamant that like they were completely voiceless, nameless, completely anonymous. But it was all done. I gave my editor Aziz like the power. I was like, right, we organize like the private investigator when you know that I'm doing something. So like, over the course of the month, like you've got 7 or 8 days budget worth here where like just pay them on certain days. And so because it wouldn't be very, like if I was just editing all day in my flat, like we would have spent 500 quid for him to sit outside my house.
Yeah.
That's it. But other than that, we didn't say anything other than like try and find out as much information as you can. And we gave a little bit of an allowance for him to like do other things as well, which he did manage to do.
But Aziz didn't give him too much information about you at the start.
No. He just told him. He told the private investigator my name, and that was and like that I have a YouTube channel, and that was about it.
So did the private investigator know why he was doing it?
Yes, he knew why he was doing it because we needed to like him to film a lot of the stuff. But like mainly, he said to us that was really not. It didn't really matter to him either way because he was going to get surveillance anyway, and whether we used it or not, because we had to get him to do like the final bit where he revealed it all to me in the studio, and so we had to get him to like agree to that. But like other than that, he was just like, yeah, it doesn't really make much difference. I'm still surveilling and recording what I see and getting as much information as I can.
Well, why do people use private investigators?
To find like cheating partners.
Cheating partners. I've found out it happens a lot in like business, like to find out what your competitors are doing, and then you hire counter surveillance to find out if you're being followed. So you hire a private investigator to see whether another private investigator is following them.
Is that how you came up with the follow-up?
Well, no, the follow-up was just like we saw loads of comments be like, oh, like get 2 private investigators to follow each other. And we were like, okay. And they found out, they worked it out pretty quickly.
Did they?
Yeah. And they really weren't that happy when they found out that like we had double crossed them. Not double crossed them, but had not told them. Yeah, double crossed them.
What the original guy that you did it with was annoyed?
Yeah, they were both quite annoyed. And so like I've kind of slightly burnt all of my bridges in the private investigator community.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Because the reason at the end was that the finale of that was I wanted to get a photo of 2 of them in the same shot.
Was that
like,
impossible?
It was so hard. I'd managed to get it, but the ending is a bit like they are really far away and it's like really grainy. And
So are they following? They're following each other.
Yeah, they're just given like names and information, and then like the more they dig, the more they realize that this person is just a private investigator. But which is fine. But then I don't know how they managed to work it out. But then they realized that they were being paid to follow each other. And so that was a call that I didn't enjoy receiving. Why the fuck did you pay me to follow you?
Is that his actual voice?
Yeah.
He didn't even distort.
No distortion in that at all. And I think, and then like all the comments being like, why are you getting another private investigator to follow a private investigator to follow that private investigator? It's like, well, never ends then, does it?
Russian doll of private investigators.
But yeah, I had him with the initial one. He sat next to me on the tube and was taking photos of me. And then I had no idea until I sat opposite him in a studio, and he just gave me photos of him just sat next to me on the tube. And I'd never seen that man before in my life. To be fair, I was very engrossed in Candy Crush. It was it's really embarrassing. You just see me just like this, just guy pointing your camera just right in my face. I'm like, ooh, disco ball. So that was. That was wild. And like the amount that he was able to find out. I found like my home Wi-Fi password.
How do you get information like that?
No idea. But the more I have like looked into, the more I've talked to him, and also I've met people who do ethical hacking as well. They can get anything. Like it's just
you've had that happen to you before, haven't you?
I had a guy call me up on weirdly it was April Fool's Day, so I thought it was a joke, and he called me up and he was like, he had a name, like a code name, and from what I can remember, it's a few years ago now, but he was like, I've hacked all your social media. And I was like, yeah, good one. He was like, check your Instagram profile picture. And I went on, it was like a bear or something. I was like, oh, shit. So I was like being really nice to him. Oh, good one, buddy. Like, you're good at what you do. And then he was like, he said, I'm an ethical hacker. He said, I could easily take all this. He sort of alluded to how he did it, but didn't tell me exactly. He was like, this is my burner account. He's like, follow it. And I followed it, and he had 12 other followers. One of them was a Kardashian. One of them was Logan Paul. One of them was I'm Alex.
He's picked a very niche set of clientele to target there.
So I just called Alex up. I was like, who's this guy? He's like, yeah, you can just get into anything. So yeah, that was scary. So
it's really scary.
What did the PI have on you then? So I had a photo of you on the tube.
A photo of me on the tube. He had my home Wi-Fi password. He just had a lot of information about my family, like a lot of information about who we all are, what we all do. He had some financial records as well, which is quite weird. He knew where all of us lived. He got some photos of me doing like having coffee with various people, having dinner with a few people. What else did he do? He caught me singing with my choir. That's what I like to do. I like singing, so I'm in a choir. Shout out to the Adam Street Singers. And so we were doing like some sort of like Christmas gig.
N-Dubs covers.
Yeah. Guys, can I do Dappy's bit, please?
This is for my dad.
So yeah, he got me doing that, but I was like. The reason why I wanted him to do it, because I was just generally interested in what he could find. I didn't think there were any like proper skeletons in the closet.
I would love that to happen to me. I really would love. I would love to see what they could find.
Would you?
Yeah.
But there are skeletons in your closet.
Not loads. Some, yeah, but not like the home Wi-Fi password is mental.
Yeah. Did he get anything that you're a bit like, oh, I wish you didn't know that?
No, not really, but. That's because we didn't pay him to keep digging. Like we paid him an amount to find out some information, and he found out that information. And like we omitted some things from the video, from the edit, that like he did find out, and I was like, oh, I didn't want you to know about that.
Oh, really?
It's just like personal things. Like,
so do they do like little package deals?
So
like...
he did a package. Like we paid him a little bit more money to just kind of do some hacking as well. Go on then, off you go.
Wow.
Off you pop. So yeah, scary. It's really scary. And actually, I also get DMs from people being like, "Do you have the contact of your private investigator?" I'm now just an agent for private investigators.
To be fair, it would be a really cool guest for us.
Yeah, but
to have a private
investigator. Be anonymous though,
or a retired one.
A retired one, but maybe they like sign a pact where you can never truly give the secrets away.
But a lot of the time, it's not that sexy. It's a lot of the time just sitting in a car and just watching a house.
Yeah, but how's he getting your Wi-Fi password from your car?
I don't know.
Well, that's the hacking side of it.
That's
I
the
imagine.
hacking side of it.
He hasn't gone in his house and read his router.
Oh,
did he?
I don't know, actually. Is it printed on the back? It is printed on the back.
Is he allowed?
I don't think he's allowed to break in.
Right.
Well, we definitely didn't tell him that he was allowed to break in.
Right.
Other than on the internet.
Other than the World Wide Web.